Okay. So we've got a mat and some light weights. I have 2 pound weights with me today. And looks like I have 2 different color socks on, which I'm just realizing. That's okay. Same brand, different color. Yeah, so we're gonna start standing today. I've got my little weights. Weights are always optional, and always if you want to grab another number weight, please do whatever your body tells you to do. Okay. We can start standing, and I'm going to start with the weights in hand, and we'll kind of just warm things up a little bit. Feet, however you want them, heels together or parallel, you can choose. And we can start by keeping the arms right by our sides. And then we'll just move just the hands a little bit. So you'll kind of rotate and have the palms looking out east and west. And then completely rotate and just see kind of like how far you can go. So my palms are actually kind of looking in the same place where they just were, but I completely rotated. And you can feel the stuff around the shoulders working as you move your hands in this way. Yeah, and let's not hold our breath. Let's just take a few deep breaths. So you can just rotate through the palms, and we'll just do this a few more times here. Let's try and keep the arms kind of straight, so we get some action in the shoulders and the shoulder girdle a little bit. I'm just gonna do one more each way here. Yeah, and then back in. And so now the arms are gonna stick right by our sides, and we're just gonna curl up from the wrist. Just to be a little more clear. Curl up from the wrist, and then lift out. And then curl in. That feels a little bit like a stretch for me, and work through the wrist. Curl in, and lift out. Curl in, and lift out. Let's do 4 more here. 4, and again, you're just taking some nice deep breaths along the way. 3, and 2, and one more time. And then right by our sides, you can now keep the wrists and the hands where they are, and the arms will push back, lifting the chest straight back, and then come forward straight ahead. And we can incorporate a nice deep breath. I always kind of like either exhale or inhale as you press back. So play around with that nice deep breath and see how it just feels good to fill up the lungs as you move your arms. And we're keeping the shoulders and the head and the midsection just nice and stable. And I'm going to do 4 more here. Try to see if you're breathing into your waist and not just your shoulders. So see if you can redirect that deep breath to your belly. And we'll do 2 more here. As you push your arms back, try not to round forward through the shoulders, but to keep the chest nice and lifted. And then 1 more time here. And then come forward from here. Bend. Hold here for just a sec. Shoulders down, belly is in, stand tall. Extend and bend. Extend and bend. So straight ahead. 5 and 4 and 3, 2, 1 more time. And then come up. We'll stay bent. Elbows look out, and just hold here for just a second. And again, let's check in, shoulders down. Quick little head movement here. If you're carrying any extra tension through the neck and the shoulders, see if you can release a little bit of that. Come back to the center, stand tall, and we'll come in. And then when you press out, really bring the arms slightly behind you. So this is a little bit like a mobility exercise as well. Stretch through the chest. I'm just gonna do 4 more here. And 3, and 2, 1 more time, and then hold and down. I'm going to turn the palms up. First we'll come In and out. We'll do a few of these. Chest open. Think shoulder blades together as you bring the arms back. And 6. And 5. And 4. Belly button is in. Really push down through the feet. 3. And 2. One more. And we'll bring the arms back again. I'm going to turn so my palms are facing one another. And now the elbows lift and come back down. So these are all functionally a bunch of things that the shoulder does. All these things that we're doing. Some of the movements may not feel as good as others when you load up with weight. So that's an immediate sign that maybe it's, scar tissue or who knows what, tightness. Just put the weight down and work on the motion. You don't need to add weight to something it doesn't feel like functionally it's working out that well, okay? Let's do 3 more here. Again, I'm kind of pushing down through the feet. 2 more. 1 more time. And then we can come all the way down. And I'm going to hold here for a second. How about roll around from one side to the other. Take a nice deep breath and then come back again. And 1 more each way. And then we'll come back towards the center. Head can come back up again, okay? From here, let's do feet hip distance. So you can separate your feet if they're together. And we'll soften the knees and send the hips back just a little bit. Arms can hang down. Actually, let's bend. Let's start with the elbows right by your sides. So I think originally this was called boxing. We're going to stretch one arm forward as the other one goes back. So whichever one you want to reach out first is fine. Extend the back arm right by your side body and extend the front arm right by your face, and then come back to center and switch. Come back to center and switch. Belly button is in here to support the back. And reach the arms nice and long. 2 more sets here. 2. And 2. And 1. 1 more. And then we'll come back right by our sides, push through the feet, and bring the arms down. This time I'm going to keep the arms right by my sides. I'm going to step 1 foot forward. Let's start with the left foot forward and the right foot back. Okay, so feet, I'm just going to kick this away for a minute. Feet can be about hip distant here. So you have a little bit of a wider stability to work from. See if you can get your back toes forward. So it's not a turnout with the back foot, straight ahead, okay? Push through the front foot to stand a little bit taller. Arms right by your sides, chest is open. Let's push through the front leg and the back foot to lift the back heel. And we're just gonna hold that back heel lifted right there, okay? Arms up, out, and down. So straight ahead first. Arms widen, east and west. And then come back down. Do this 2 more times. Arms up, arms wide, back leg is straight. 1 more here. Arms forward, arms wide, and then back down. Arms will stay right by your sides, back foot, lower and left, lower and left. So this is a little bit of a stretch for the calf. 5, 4, straight ahead if you can with the back foot. Straight ahead. And adjust your length if you can. I would rather you get nice and straight through the back foot and step closer in. 1 more here. And then we're going to come forward with the back leg and switch. So now the left leg goes back and the right foot comes forward. Okay? Feet hip distant. Back foot is looking straight ahead. So initially this may be a big old stretch. Back heel, up. Straighten the back leg, lift the chest, arms, up, out, and down. out, and down. Up, out, and down. One more. Straight ahead, east and west. Return to your sides, back heel, down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Last 4, 3, 2, one more. And then shift your weight forward and step in, okay? I'm gonna bring my weights kind of together in front of my chest. 2 fists, knuckles together, shoulders down. Feet hip distant just about. We're gonna shift into one foot. I'm gonna start by shifting over to my right foot, and I'm gonna bring the left leg out to the side, replace it back down, and come to the other side. So kind of a small weight transfer, and then you lift the opposite leg. Lateral leg lift, so it's kind of straight up to the side. If you're a little wobbly, that's okay. Maybe you need to make a change, come closer to a chair or a wall, that's all good. Let's do 2 more here. Press out with that leg, get taller as you do. And other side. So now we'll all come over, right foot down, left leg out to the side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now come back and just put your toes down and bring your arms out nice and wide, shoulders down. Outside leg can lift, or you can keep your toes down, either one. We're gonna hold here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we'll come back with the foot. And actually, let's just bring the arms down for a moment, and we'll do the other side. Knuckles together, elbows wide, shoulders down. Shift into your left leg, right leg out. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. And then we come back. Oh no, we don't. Just put the toes down, arms wide, leg out, foot down is still a balance exercise. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to feet down, arms by your sides. One more little ear to shoulder. And then we're gonna come back to the center, okay? I am gonna grab my mat again. So now I'm gonna stand at one side of my mat, like this. Parallel feet, arms right by the sides. And we're gonna practice rolling down slowly. These are really light weights. If you're holding anything heavier, maybe you should put them down. We're gonna roll down and roll back up again. So we'll take our time. Chin to the throat, maybe soften the knees a little bit. Take your time as you articulate through the spine, breathing, lowering towards the ground. Go as far as you feel like you should, and we're gonna roll back up, push through the feet. Draw the abdominals in. Take your time and let your head be the last thing to come up. We're gonna do this again, standing a little bit taller, this time a little bit more time on the way down. Chin to the throat. Perhaps soften your knees. Roll through. Deep breath. Take your time, maybe keep your eyes open. When you get as far as you feel like you should, return slowly. Use your deep breaths along the way. Draw the abdominals in to support the spine. And when you come to the top, stand tall. This time we'll roll down and we'll slowly come to the ground. So we'll start again, chin to the throat, roll through the spine. Take your time. Articulate. When you get as far as you feel like you can, just toss the weight right and left of your mat. Relax your head. One deep breath here. And then if it works out like this, slowly lower yourself down. Slowly lower yourself down, okay? You can just keep the weights where they are for now. We'll pick them up a little bit later. Scooch yourself into a hands under shoulders, knees under hips position. Fingertips forward. Gentle rock back and forth. See if you can keep your spine pretty neutral. So as I rock forward, I'm not rounding or overly arching the spine. I'm just trying to gently push the floor away. This simple little exercise works mobility and strength of the wrists, strength in the shoulders, strength through the knees and the hips as well. Okay, you may need to make some changes. But as long as this is going well, the range of motion doesn't need to be so far. It can be a small rock back and forth. You can feel this, right? When you rock forward, you're increasing the angle of the wrist, so it could be a little bit of a stretch. Try to keep your fingertips facing forward, your fingers spread out wide, apart from one another. Let's just do a couple more here. And then one more. And we'll come back and just pause, toes forward. Stick your tushy out, lean back, give the feet a little bit of a stretch. I like to just relax my head down here for a minute and really push back through the hands and lean back and get a deeper stretch through the toes and the arches and the feet. Take a nice deep breath here. And then come forward. We're gonna uncurl the toes and round the spine, head down, arch the spine, eyes forward. Round the spine, curl the tush under a little bit, arch. Continue to keep the arms nice and straight. Let's do one more each way. And arch. And then we'll come back to center. Knees and feet wide, hands narrow. I'm going to pick up one elbow and look at the elbow with my eyes. Return and switch. Return and switch. Try not to hold your breath. Rotation of the spine here. If you want a more dynamic movement, straight up. And straight up. Let's do one more each way. And other side. Come back to the center. Move the knees and the feet back in. Move the hands back directly underneath the shoulders. Let's keep the feet just flat behind. I'm going to walk my hands, let's say sort of one hand's distance forward. So when I lean forward, it's almost like I'm in a plank position with my knees down, a modified plank. And I'm just going to hold here for a minute, drawing the abdominals in, pushing through the fingertips and the arm and the palms of the hands. Aim your elbows back. Aim your elbows to the wall behind you. Draw the abdominals in. Hold here. This is a plank. This is a total modified plank here. If you're sinking, right, you may not be using your abdominals. I'd love for you to lift your hips and draw the abdominals in. Let's take one more deep breath here. And then let's walk the hands back. Let's give the wrists a quick little break here. Maybe you can jazz hands yourself or do a little twisty turn. How about thumbs together behind the tush? Reach the fingers down, lift the chest, chest stretch. We're gonna come back where we just were. Modified plank, okay? If this feels like a good thing for you to practice, you can just stay here. And if you wanna move on a little bit, we're gonna try some push-ups here. So again, fingers are spread apart, palms are pushing into the ground. We'll just do 6. And 6. And 5. And 4. 3. 2. One more. Lean back into a bit of a child's pose here. Fingertips forward, head down, super deep breath. Okay, we are going to flip ourselves over, come onto the tush. I'm going to grab my light weights, so I have them by my sides for this next little bit. They're just going to stay right outside of where my shoulders will be. And then we can lie all the way down. Hands to shins. Give yourself a little bit of a hug here. Try and let your shoulders slide away from your ears. We'll just take a nice deep breath here. Inhale and exhale. And then one more. Inhale and exhale. Let's keep the right leg where it is and bring the left leg all the way down to the floor. Transfer your hands to behind your right thigh, and we'll extend the right leg all the way up. A slight bend in the knee is fine, or as much of a bend as you need right now. Let's point and flex the right foot. Point and flex the right foot. Watch the toes and the ankle here. See if you can get as much mobility as you have. Really reach up through the toes. When you flex, reach the toes back towards you. Let's do one more. And then we'll do a circle to the right, around to the left, and then to the left, around to the right. One more each way. Right around to the left, and left around to the right. Take a nice deep breath. Maybe increase the stretch by bringing the leg in towards you for one more deep breath. And then we'll bring that foot all the way down. And let's come to the other side. So hand behind your left leg. Extend the leg up as far as you can. Point and flex. And again, really point and really flex. We just got back from our trip to Italy, and the beach down the street from the house we rented was a rocky beach, like all different size rocks, but most of them were medium to like pretty medium sized rocks. It was challenging to walk on it. You needed to wear sort of beach shoes. We can make a circle here to the right, around to the left, and to the left, around to the right. But I wound up thinking that I was really glad that I've done work to work on my balance, because it was absolutely not easy. My kids flew across the rocks like it was their job. But yeesh, it was totally not easy. I almost fell multiple times. Okay, let's bring that leg down. I'm going to reach to the side and grab the weights. The weights are optional, so if at some point you're not into it, just put them to the side. Let's do arms right by your sides. I'm going to kind of let the weights stand up right by my side, so my palms are facing my side body. Draw the abdominals in. I'm going to reach forward through the knuckles, lift the elbows up so the arms are really lengthened by the sides, and we're going to practice curling up and lifting the hands. So take a nice deep breath. With your exhale, chin to the throat, curl forward and lift the arms a few inches away. They'll be right outside the thighs. Arms are super straight. And then go back down. We're leading with the head lift. So chin to the throat, step one. Reach the arms long, curl forward. Maybe exhale as you curl up. Let's do this 3 more times. Inhale on the way down. Let's challenge ourselves by taking a really long exhale to curl up. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, completely release. There's your refill. Slow exhale. Exhale. And again. Let's do 1 more. And then come all the way down. Okay, we're going to keep the head down for this next bit. Arms will come up towards the ceiling. Take a moment to put the shoulders in a good place. Shoulders away from the ears. Arms will stay straight up. Draw your abdominals in. One leg will come up into tabletop, and then we'll bring it right back down. And then the other leg will come up into tabletop, and you'll bring it right back down. So this is a super simple little movement. Imagine you have, an awareness that your pelvis and your hips and your midsection, it just has to stay super still. Okay, so as you pick up the leg, put the foot down. Imagine you have to make as little noise as possible. Nothing else moves besides the legs. And now you can take it up a notch. As you're going down with one leg, the other one starts to come up. So that changes things a little bit. They pass each other halfway through. Try to keep the breath moving, the neck long, the shoulders away from the ears. Okay, so one down as the other one comes up, and this is where it gets exciting. We're going to try to do opposite arm, opposite leg. As you bring your right leg down, your left arm goes down. As you bring your left leg down, your right arm goes down. Right arm up, left leg up. Left arm up, right leg up. And switch. Two more sets. One more each way. Let's come back up with the arms, up with the legs. Soften the knees. So it's like your calves are just resting on the back of your thighs. Lower down, tap the floor with the toes. Exhale, come up. Inhale down, maybe. Ooh, low belly. Inhale down. Deep exhale, 4 more. Shoulders away from the ears, 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Let's bring the feet down. Let's bring the arms down, okay? I'm gonna widen my arms, but I'm gonna keep them in this sort of standing the weights up, elbows lifted, straight arm position. Feet kind of close to the tush. Let's keep the arms down. Push through the feet and the arms, and we'll start to lift the hips and lower them back down again. Move your feet around a little bit until you find a position that is either just narrow enough or just wide enough that it feels good for you. When you lift your hips, everyone is different. Try to keep your feet even with one another. Neck is nice and long. Let's exhale to come up 6 more times. 6 and 5. Arms are long by your sides. And 4. And 3. 2 more. And 1 more time. And then return all the way down. Okay, walk the feet back in towards one another. Hands to, arms right by your sides. Feet are next to one another, but this time we're gonna slide them away from the tush a little bit. Okay, so the knees are still together and bent, but it's a little bit less of a bend. So let's just keep the arms where they are. Let's practice first keeping the knees together and then extending one leg at a time. Imagine you have like a penny or something in between your knees and you don't want to drop the penny. So the knees are kind of glued together and you'll extend one leg at a time. And see if you can keep your breath moving along the way. Arms are nice and straight again. Let's push them down, create some energy there. Extend one leg. Okay, so imagine you have that knee stuck together feeling. I'm pointing the feet right now so you can point for the next few of these. And point. And 2. Neck is nice and long. And 2. The next time you extend your left leg out, hold. Let's flex the foot, squeeze the knees together, hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold here, point the foot, squeeze the knees, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, flex the foot, point the foot. Flex the foot, squeeze the knees, point the foot. 2 more, flex and point. 1 more, flex and point. Bend the knee, replace the foot. Other side, extend the opposite leg out. Squeeze the knees together. Flex the foot here, hold 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, continue to squeeze, point the foot, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we'll alternate, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. 1 more, flex, point, bend the knee, lower the foot down. Extend the left leg back out again. We're going to lower the leg, tap the floor, flex the foot, kick up. Point down, kick up. Point down, kick up. Point down, kick up. 1 more, big stretch, right? And then we'll bend the knee, put the foot down, other side. Extend the opposite leg out, we'll flex up, point down. Point down, flex up, point down. 3 more, 3, 2, 1 more time. And down, bend the knee, slide the foot in. From here, arms, they are gonna lift up just a little bit. We're gonna practice curling up again. Chin to the throat, curl up. Hold here, little pulse forward. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Take a nice deep breath here. Let's try that again. A little different this time. Arms come up a bit. Chin to the throat, curl up. Bring your weights together. So I have my palms facing my thighs. I'm going to rotate slightly to the right so the weights are outside of my right knee, and I'm going to pulse forward to the right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and of course we have to do the left. Over to the left, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center. Come all the way down. And let's just put the weights down, east and west. Keep the weights out there, and let's flip over onto our bellies, okay? When you flip over, the weights will be there. And you can bring your arms out to the sides. Not everybody likes to add weight to this, all right? I feel like it should be intuitive. It doesn't feel good, just leave it out. I'm gonna grab my weights and bring them back a little bit. So they're not completely out east and west. It's more at an angle. And then I'm putting my forehead down, okay? So lengthen out your arms. Let's do a little bit of the pubic bone into the floor, drawing the abdominals in. And I'm gonna keep my hands down, but I'm gonna pull up a little bit. They kind of wanna lift off the ground, but I kind of don't need to. They help me to curl up. There's something about that added weight that helps to curl up here. And then I'm gonna go right back down, okay? So the arms are long. I'm gonna reach back through the arms and pretend like I wanna lift the weights up. They're lifting a teeny bit, but this helps me to curl up. Breathe, and then come back down again. 1 more. And then come all the way down. From here, I'm gonna bend the arms. I don't really want to pick up the weights in this position, but if you do, you can. I'm just going to leave them right here. I'm going to use them later. I'm coming back to this cactus shape or goalpost shape, and I'm going to lift the arms and the head and the chest away from the ground, and then lower back down. Let's do 5 more here. 5. If it feels intuitive to bring the legs with you as you lift, go ahead and do that. 4. And 3. Also, if it feels better to keep your arms down and push into the arms as you lift, do that. 2 more. And last one. And then I'm going to sit back on my heels for a moment. Stretch out through the spine. Super deep breath. Yeah. Okay, let's come on to our side here. I'm going to come onto my right side. Let's grab both weights. Who knows? Maybe we'll use them. Okay, down onto the side. If you don't like lying on your arm, grab a yoga block or a pillow or squishy ball. Okay? So get yourself nice and straight through your spine. Neutral low back. Make sure you're not in a tucked position here, but you're nice and neutral. I'm going to grab the weights here. I'm just going to use one today. And I'm going to keep my spine long as I bring the knuckles up towards the ceiling. Down and up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more, and then come all the way down, okay? Same weight right behind the knee. Yep, right there, okay? And then we're gonna take the knee and bring it kind of right in line with the hip, right in line with the hip, and just lower and lift, lower and lift. So not a huge range of motion. Down, tap the knees together, and then come back up to that hip height. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. Now hold here. This is the lowest you'll go. Now you'll go up and back, up and back. 6 more here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go down, middle, up, middle, down, middle, up. Isn't this exciting? Down, middle, 2 more. Down, middle, up, middle. 1 more. Down, middle. And now here's the moment you've been waiting for. All the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Oh my gosh. 5 more. We can do this. 5. And 4. 3. 2. 1 more. Woo! All the way down. Oh my gosh. Take out that weight. Okay. Arm again. Let's come back to the arm. 8. 7, 6, belly button is in here, spine is nice and long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And then come all the way down. Let's straighten both of the legs out here. Both of the legs. Just take a minute to see if you can balance on your side. I just kind of picked my hand up. Make sure you're not falling forward or falling back. Get right on your side. I'm just going to hold the weight because it's easy to do so. Both legs are going to get so long that they lift and lengthen. Hold here for a sec. Find a little bit more length through the neck, through the spine, everywhere you can. And then hold here. We're going to point the feet and then flex the feet. Point the feet. And flex the feet. I don't know. I just kind of felt like picking up one of these hands and seeing what this was like. I'm not sure that I like it. 1 more each way. And now hold here. I'm bringing the hand back down. Flex your feet. One leg forward as the other one goes back, and switch, 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 switch. One more each way. And then bring the legs back to center, lower all the way down, okay? I'm just gonna, actually, let's do one more set with the arm here. Bend your knees if you need to. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more, and all the way down, okay? Let's get rid of that weight for just a moment. And we're gonna come up and have a seat in this position here, kind of a mermaid variation, foot on thigh. This is my left leg out to the side. This is the top leg we just were working. I'm gonna bring my top hand to my ankle and then my opposite arm up. So this ends up being a really deep stretch for the hips. Let's relax this outside shoulder here. So when we stretch over, you're not like doing one of these things with your shoulder. So we'll try and keep that left shoulder down. As you stretch over, you really open the ribs, reach through the fingers, and then come back up. We'll add a little bit of rotation this time. As you stretch over, reach through the right fingertips, look down towards your left hand. Ooh, what a stretch. Come back up. One more here. And then come all the way back. Just a quick little counter stretch. Bring your right arm down and your left arm over. And then what I'll do is take my weights and just bring them with me. And then we'll bring the legs over to the other side. We have so many exciting things to do with this leg. It's gonna be so fun. Okay, so I started with just one of the weights. Get your spine nice and straight here, okay? Try not to tuck or overly arch the pelvis. Nice and neutral, abdominals in. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more, and then come down. Okay, remember? Weight behind the knee. Knee in line with the hip. Kind of a small move to begin. P.S. One hip right on top of the other here. Try not to sink through your waist, but to stay engaged. Down and up. Small movement. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and now we go up, up and back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we do down, center, up, center, down. 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7. One more of these. And you guessed it, all the way down and all the way up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. Oh my goodness. Yep, that happened. Arm. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. Okay, I'm gonna keep my hand here. Stretch the legs all the way out. So we're kind of taking a minute. I just picked my hand up and see if you're really on your side. You're not leaning forward too much, not leaning back too much, really on the side, okay? Both legs, I'm gonna put my knuckles back down. Both legs are gonna start to get so long that they lift. Lengthen everywhere for a moment. More length through the neck, through the spine, belly button is in, both legs are nice and long. Let's point and let's flex here and point and flex and point and flex. I'm going to keep the flexed feet one leg forward as the other one goes back and switch. And for this side, I really need my hand down. This side is just a whole different exciting situation. The other on the other side, I had my arm up toward the ceiling. So you can do that if this is good for you on that side. Let's do one more each way. Bring the leg back together, and then just come all the way down. I'm going to keep my legs outstretched here. One more set with this top arm. Down and up. 8, 7, 6, 5. So balancing is challenging here for me. 4, 3, 2, one more. And then come all the way down. Okay, I'm going to keep that weight down. Come on up to sit. And we've got our mermaid variation on this side. So now it's my right hand to my right ankle. So this hip is a lot tighter than the other one is. Make any changes that you need to make for your body. Try and pull yourself upright so you're seated up. And let's relax the right shoulder as you stretch over. Deep breath. Reach through the fingers. And then come back up. This time we'll add a little rotation. Inhale, sit tall. As you stretch over, relax your right shoulder, rotate and look down towards your right hand. One more. Big stretch here, open the ribs, relax your right shoulder, keep the left arm and your left ear close to one another, look down towards the ankle. And come all the way up, and your counter stretch. So left hand down, big stretch. And then come all the way back. Okay, from here we're gonna come back to the hands and knees one more time. We only did one set of push-ups. I know you were worried. You were like, where are the rest, Stacy? What kind of world do we live in where there's only one set of push-ups? So I'm going to keep my knees down. I'm going to walk my hands forward, modify. Push-ups against the wall are great, on a chair. There's so many ways to modify based on what you need, okay? Let's try 6 again. Belly button is in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. Woo! Come on back, take a breath. Head release, inhale, exhale. This next set, a little different. I'm gonna bring my knees back under me a little bit. My hands are under my shoulders, slightly ahead of them. We're gonna try kind of a modified tricep push-up. So elbows will come towards the ground and then push the floor away. People really resist the whole elbows back situation. In a classroom setting, I can say elbows back, so we're not doing wide elbows, they're going back, right? Maybe that means you don't bring the elbows all the way down, okay? It's a much different feeling. Let's do 4 more here. Elbows back. And 3. And 2. One more. Woo! And then come all the way up. Hold here for a moment. Lengthen your spine. One arm out to the side as the opposite arm pushes the floor away. Plug both shoulders in, and then we'll switch. Let's aim the elbows back for the wall behind you, both of them. One more each way. Imagine you have to get longer through the crown of the head and the sits bones here. Push the floor away. And then let's come all the way up to my kneeling position. Arms widen, shoulders down. Think hips forward. Deep breath, twist in one direction. Inhale forward. Exhale, twist. And then come back to the center. Right arm down, left arm up. Reach up and down at the same time. Come back to center and switch. Come back to center. We're going to come up to stand. I'm going to come through a downward dog. So I'm going to keep my hands down and come on up. If this doesn't work for you, come on up to stand however else you would like. I'm going to take one deep breath here. And then I'm going to walk my hands and my feet in towards one another. If you'd like to join me one more time in a forward foldy stretch here, you can keep your knees a little soft, keep your eyes open, maybe hands to elbows, relax the head, deep breath. And then release the arms again, just like we did in the beginning of class. Slowly roll up, take your time, head release, all the way up, all the way up. Take a minute to stand tall, push through your feet, relax your shoulders. Relax your shoulders even a little bit more. Breathe into your belly. One more deep breath like that. We did it, you guys. Have a lovely day. Be good to yourselves.